Hi guys, I'm going to try something different in this video. Today I'm going to a bookstore called Barnes & Noble here in USA. They have over 700 bookstores all over the country. There's also one nearby where I live. I've been going over there. I've been reading books called Atomic Habit, and instead of just buying the book, I go over there, spend like a couple hours, read some chapters and then come back, so which is even more productive for me. And I'm making a vlog about it, so I'll show you the whole bookstore. It's really cool. They have so much inside. Stay tuned. So I just arrived at Barnes & Noble and now I'll go inside. Before going inside the bookstore, I'll share you some facts about Barnes & Noble. It's not just a bookstore, there's a cafe inside, they have Starbucks, and they also have so many other things besides book. So when Amazon introduced their Kindle, their ebook, a lot of bookstores in USA nearly went bankrupt, and so did Barnes & Noble at some point. But they made a comeback by customizing every bookstore in USA with the needs of local people around here. And you can go and find like local magazines and so many other things like games and so many other stuff, so which I'll show you at some point. So now they have over 700 bookstores, even after having people preference over reading ebooks and Kindle, and people barely read books nowadays, so they barely go to bookstore and buy. But they kind of revolutionized the whole bookstore industry, and now they have over like 700 retail stores all over USA. By the way, it's really cold today. It's around like -5 degrees Celsius. And it's snowing all day along. Thank you. This is the entry. I'll go inside. This is the whole bookstore. This is probably like the front part of the bookstore. I'm not supposed to make a loud noise. So the book that I'm reading right now is somewhere, so I'll come back to this, but before that I'll show you the whole bookstore. They have a whole section. For example, this is fictional section, all the fictional books. I don't know, let me see. This is historic fiction. This whole section is fiction right now, so you can see the whole section is fictional books. So I can also see The Godfather. Anything that I know? I don't think so. These are classics. This section is business. Whole section. You can see The Diary of a CEO. He also has a podcast. The other day I was down in this section. Wolf of Wall Street. So much more. They have mysteries and thrillers as well. So let me see what are the best of mysteries and thrillers. Still Life, Listen for the Life, something that I've never heard before. Girl on the Train, I know this one. It's also New York Times bestseller. So this whole section is mysteries and thrillers. This is the self-help section. It's called the personal growth. I can also see this book by Ali Abdul. He's also a YouTuber. 5 AM Club, UOU, David Goggins, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Psychology of Money, for a badass. Someone really wrote a whole book on beaches. If I had to write a book on beaches, the title would be Beaches and Seats, but they ain't got nothing. No, I'm just kidding. So there's one book that I'm particularly, over here, Secret. They also have a Netflix series made on this book. I think it's all about like law of attraction and manifestation. What else is interesting around here? Think and Grow Rich, probably one of the most selling book in the world. The Art of Spending Money, I know about this one as well. This is game section. They have all these amazing young adult games, and I don't know what are these. So these are mostly for the kids. Let me show you around. Baby's First Air, sports section. I think these are mostly about books from the athletes, I guess. who do I know around here? They have lots of books on American football and baseball, which doesn't make oh, Pele and David Beckham, two faces that I know. Do I know anyone else in this section? Oh, humor. Cool. Probably this is going to be my favorite section. After recording a vlog inside, I realized that I have a social anxiety. I'm not able to talk properly in front of so many people. Everyone's staring at me and it's not comfortable. So this was a good way to check my confidence outside, I guess. This is Barnes & Noble Junior, mostly for the kids. Best of young reader favorites. What do kids like? The Lemonade War. What? Who reads this? Kids read this? Bridge to Terravithia. A long walk to water. I don't think so. I don't think kids would read these kind of books. There's a bunch of them around here. Yeah, this is probably the most of the store. Now I think I'll grab my book and then go get some coffee, sit down and read a few chapters and then head back home. They say this is self-transformation, but this is mostly astrological stuff like tarot reading and things like that, which I don't believe in. But this is cool. Looks really fancy. The section of religion. I'm sure they have like Bibles and stuff. Yeah, like church, God and cancel culture. So many books. There's like so many people in here as well. New in religion. I believe in Christianity as I believe that the sun has risen. Not only because I say it, but because by it I see everything else. Healing the wounds of rejection, amazing grace. I want to trust you. I don't. Miracles and wonder. Why we believe. There are so many amazing books, by the way. And I think if you come in here, you'll definitely walk out with at least 3 or 4 books. So this is the Starbucks inside the bookstore. They have Barnes & Noble Cafe. And that's the cafe. You can sit down and also read your own book, or you can also buy and take your book. Thought-provoking, right? How do you read this? Z-E-E-E-G-G. Z-egg. I don't know what this means, but let's see other books. Psych. That's the wrong number. To everyone watching this video, it's okay that you are not okay. Please subscribe. Rest in peace, Chandra Bing. So this is basically the whole bookstore. That's the counter. And there's so many books that I like. I think these are like gift section. Book bags. And fire extinguisher. If someone's on fire. Gifts for readers. So these are mostly for the gift sections. Read more, save more. Save what? Time? I don't know. Romance. Oh, let me check out this place. They might have some interesting titles for the books. Yours truly. I don't know, really cute people. Rise and Divine. A Brush with Love. 5 Brothers. Past the Broken Bridges. I don't think there's anything interesting for me. Well, let me check this section out. I grabbed my book and now I'll get a coffee. And then I'll probably find a place to sit somewhere around here and then read a few chapters. I normally used to sit right beside the window, but today they don't have like space around it. It's quite crowded today compared to the other days. So I found this place. I'm waiting on my coffee, and once it's there, I'll start reading. I mean, I'll start reading right now because I didn't have to wait for the coffee to read. Yeah, I got my coffee. Now let's begin. I remember reading the last few chapters already. So I was on page 67, I think. Let me see. 63, 65. So I remember reading up to this point. So now the chapter that I'm reading is the best way to start a new habit. Let's go. So I just completed my first chapter and it took me around 22 minutes. So I'm going to read my second chapter. Also, the coffee is gone, so I'll be more focused towards reading now. Second chapter is something like motivation is overrated, environment often matters more. This is the first topic of my first video on my YouTube channel. Nice. So I remember something. Actually, the reason my YouTube channel, the title and everything says becoming is actually from the same book, Atomic Habits. So I read this book like few years ago and I remembering this line. So the whole purpose of doing something is actually to become the person you want to be. The whole purpose is becoming the person you want to be and not focusing on the outcome. And whenever you do certain things with the purpose of becoming the person you want to be, you're more likely to become that person. So it's a little messy to explain, but I actually picked that phrase from this book, and that's been the whole theme of my YouTube channel, the TikTok videos that I make, everything that I do. Okay, I finished reading the second chapter as well. Now I'm moving to the third chapter, which is The Secret to Self-Control. So this should take me about, I don't know, like 20 minutes and then I'll head back home. So what happened is I read this whole page, but my mind went traveling somewhere else. Now I have to reread the whole thing again. Always happens when I'm reading a book. It's very hard to focus, and after reading at least like 2 chapters, that's when I start to burn out and then I start to lose my concentration. So that's why I never stick to reading the whole thing all at once. I always try to read like 2 or 3 chapters at least this once in one sitting. So this is going to be a challenge. Okay, I have completed 3 chapters, so I think I'll go back home. I'm done reading the book. Now I'll place the book back where it belongs. Yeah, I'll probably come back tomorrow and then pick up from the same place. So this is Barnes and Nobles. I think the vlog was very messy today. This is my first time trying to vlog, so I hope I can come up with more confidence next time and maybe present something more interesting than this. So that was Barnes and Nobles. Now I'm heading out of the bookstore. Still more cold right now. It's actually snowing as well. And this was Barnes and Noble. I hope this has been a decent experience. Thank you for watching the vlog. This is Barnes and Noble. Now I'll head back home.